So, you've heard about Git. But what is Git? Why do every software developer use it? And what even is GitHub or GitLab? Let's find out. According to Wikipedia, Git is software used for tracking changes in any set of files. It is usually used for coordinating work among programmers collaboratively developing the single source code during the entire software development lifecycle. Git tracks changes in files. This means that whenever you are going to ask Git to start tracking a file or a folder, it is going to save any changes that you make on that file or folder. These changes are saved in the terms of snapshot, which is actually known as commits on Git. A complete history of these commits will help us restore the complete version history of that entire software. Therefore, tools like Git are actually known as version control systems. But version management is not just the only thing that Git does. Git actually excels in collaborative environments wherein multiple developers are working together on the same code base. So, using Git, one developer can easily work on the login system of an application, whereas the other developer is working on the dashboard of the application, completely asynchronous to one another. Git achieves this through something known as Git branches. Therefore, the first developer who is working on the login system will actually work on a branch called login, whereas the other developer is going to work on a branch called dashboard. Once they are complete, they can merge their changes onto the main or master branch, which contains the entire application as of now. So therefore, once the login system was complete, the login system will be merged onto the main branch, and once the dashboard was complete, dashboard will be merged onto the main branch to create the complete application. Well, so now that we have understood something about Git, let's jump out of the terminal to get our first project using Git started. Whenever we start working on a project, we must create a folder for it. We are going to initialize Git by git init. This will make a .git folder in your current working directory. Git uses this folder mainly to save snapshots of your codebase whenever you are going to commit them. Now that Git has been initialized, we are going to use Git to infer its status. For that, we are going to use the command git status to query Git about the state that we are in. The git status command is always handy as it lets us know if everything is okay or what shall we do next. So in our example, git status says that we are on branch main and that there is nothing to commit. Well, we haven't created any files yet, right, for the Git to track. Let's create a file by the name add.py with some code to add 2 numbers inside it. Now let's do another git status. As you can see, now Git says that there is a file named add.py, but it is untracked. Git tracks changes in files and folders, right? We need to explicitly inform Git that we want to track the changes that are done to this given file or folder. For this, we use the command git add. Git add adds any changes to Git's internal index. For example, if we want to add an untracked file, it will be added as a new file to Git, and then Git is going to track any further changes that are done on the file. In order to track and stage the file, this add.py, we will have to do a git add.py. Now let's check the Git status. As you can see, add.py is now being tracked, right? Okay, just for fun, let's do some modification on add.py. So I'm going to add an extra space here and save. Well, what do you think the Git status will result into now? We have added the file, so it should be tracked. But then again, we have also modified the contents of the file after we have added the file. So it should also have some changes yet that are not yet added, right? Let's see. Yeah, so that's what we expected. Right. Now we're going to commit these changes, which means that Git will create a snapshot of the current working directory with the changes in it and save it in its internal history. For that, we will use git commit with the -m flag with a message to refer these changes with. -m flag is basically just for the message. Let's go with add.py. Now the changes have been saved by Git, and if we look at Git status once again, we will find that there is nothing left for us to commit. We can also look in the history that Git saved for us using the git log command. Git log shows us the history of the work that was committed till this current branch. As you can see, we have our commit with the message and the name of the person who has created the commit. This ID over here is known as the commit hash, and it serves as the unique reference to any given point in the history of the codebase. Let us do our exercise of staging and committing once again before moving to the next section. We create the files subtract.py and multiply.py. We also edit the existing add.py. Now we can see that there are 2 untracked files and 1 modified tracked file. Okay, let us add these files to staging, for which we are going to use a shortcut called git add dot. So basically terminals refer dot as the current working directory. And by staging dot, Git will stage all the files present in this directory or any subsequent directories inside it. This serves our purpose now, and all the files are now ready to be committed. Let's commit with the message added subtract and multiply with some changes to add. Quite a pun there. If we check the history again, we can now see that we have 2 commits, and it now stores how the codebase has evolved over time. So guys, I hope you have an amazing journey with Git in the days to come. If you face any issues using Git, you can reach out to me on Twitter. My Twitter ID is @sandeepandev. Also, this was the first video out of a number of videos that are yet to come on the Git tutorial series, so don't forget to subscribe now and hit that bell button to be notified of all the videos that will be coming. Also, if you liked this video and understood what was taught in this video, don't forget to like this video and give it a thumbs up so the YouTube algorithm can recommend my channel to others like you. So now it's around 6 AM in the morning. I have to go to sleep, and bye. Catch you soon.